Good evening. Almost half the adult population in England is regularly taking prescription drugs, according to a new official report. The Health Survey for England shows that 50% of women and 43% of men took at least one prescribed medicine in the last week. An average of 2.7 million prescriptions are dispensed every day. The drugs range from anti-depressants, asthma inhalers and pain relief, but the most commonly prescribed single medicine is a cholesterol-lowering statin. Some say it means we're getting better treatment, but others say it shows we're increasingly relying on pills rather than a healthier lifestyle. Here's our health editor, Hugh Pym.
Popping too many pills or sensibly using medication to ward off future ailments, it's a delicate balance. And today we learned for the first time in this official survey how many people are on prescription drugs. The scale of it is surprising, but some experts argue there's nothing to worry about.
These medicines are tested for their benefits and their effects and for their cost effectiveness as well, in fact. And they're only prescribed because the benefits greatly outweigh any harms they may do.
Examples include statins, designed to reduce the likelihood of heart problems, and drugs to control blood pressure and so limit the risk of strokes. Taking them helps patients and prevents the need for future spending by the NHS. According to the survey, 16% of men take statins or other cholesterol-busting drugs more than women, and 11% of women were taking antidepressants, a higher proportion than for men. So how do the public feel about their medication and the level of prescribing right now? We asked people in Leeds.
What they're giving me suits me perfectly. I wouldn't like to be without them.
I've got a long-term condition, so it makes me feel a lot better.
In my opinion, I think it shouldn't be the first port of call to put someone on a pill for anything.
It all comes at a cost. £15 billion in England last year. Hundreds of millions are thought to be wasted each year in medicines prescribed but left unused. Today's figures will reawaken a wider debate about whether there's over-medication in society, with many patients and doctors assuming that prescriptions are the answer to most problems, what some have called a pill for every ill. There is an argument that taking fewer of these and taking more exercise and developing a healthier lifestyle is what's required, and that current prescription levels are unsustainable.
I do worry about this. I think what we've got is too many medicines and not enough health. And the paradox is that we know from evidence that the more medicines you take, the more contact you have with contemporary health services, that actually the less well you feel. So really, the advice is do those things that make you feel better.
There was a time when it was all a lot simpler. There were fewer prescription medicines, the population was smaller, and people didn't live as long as they do now. The 21st century has brought innovation and drugs which have helped prolong people's healthy lives, and new pressures like obesity. But the fact that nearly half the adult population is on some sort of medication sheds new light on the state of our health. Hugh Pym, BBC News.
Almost a third of England's state secondary schools are not good enough.